Hi, this is Ashish Kuthaila again from the DevOps Enterprise Summit in San Francisco 2017. I'm here with Alosio, who's
Hey,
flown all the way here from Stockholm to attend the DevOps Enterprise Summit. Welcome, Alosio. How are you?
thanks. I'm very well.
And what brings you here,
I was a speaker, spoke just recently.
right? And you work for a gaming company,
That's right.
right? What do you guys do? What do you guys make? Where do your products end up? Let's talk a little bit about that.
Sure. So I work at NetEnt. We're a gaming solutions and games provider.
Right.
So we provide online slot games uh, and a platform to run those games on. So those brands you visit online to play your slots, we're often behind those.
You're often behind those.
Yeah.
And so, what do you do at NetEnt?
I'm an agile product owner in the operations department.
So what does that mean? What does that mean on a day-to-day basis? Like, what does your role look like?
Right. So, for starters, in the beginning, I was a kind of a tech lead guy, working with automation. So today, as the product owner, I manage the backlog and prioritize our development efforts in the operations department and automation efforts.
All right. So are you responsible for a portfolio of games, and you're the product owner for that?
No, I'm responsible for the tooling and automation behind
The
the
development.
exactly. So basically the delivery mechanisms.
So tell us a little bit about the before and after you took over this role. So what were you struggling with, and why did you start looking at DevOps, and how has it helped you?
Yeah. So in the beginning, or a couple of years back, we had a really slow kind of release velocity, um, like one engineer per deployment, 2 to 4 hour maintenance windows,
Right.
downtime, revenue loss for our customers, that kind of stuff.
Right.
Handover, classic handover scenarios, throw it over a wall and stuff.
Absolutely.
Um, so we did some value delivery analysis on top of this,
Right.
and that really showed that we were kind of in trouble in terms of release or delivery.
What were your main challenges in the release or delivery? Like, can we dig a little bit deeper to that?
Basically, in the end, it was time to market. We couldn't really roll our portfolio the way we wanted to.
But where were you getting stuck in the software lifecycle release process? Was it in the testing? Was it in deployment? Or you?
Deployment was our part, so our responsibility
Right.
in operations. So that's where we were seeing we were having most issues or time waste,
Right.
could say.
And so, what area did you address to address these specific deployment problems? Like, have you moved your infrastructure to a more cloud-based environment, or you started doing continuous delivery practices? What specifically helped you?
We started doing continuous delivery a while back,
Okay.
and for us, we focused entirely on the deployment aspect of that.
Right.
So automation, continuous delivery, and shifting left instead of.
So, what does shifting left mean in terms of production deployments?
Well, I think we were uh, we were successful in our CD efforts
Right.
from an operations perspective. So since we achieved a good rate of automation and release frequency now,
Right.
we're kind of ahead of our development department.
Right.
So we want to take what we built and shift that left so they can also leverage that.
Okay, so they have access and visibility to the same kind of environments that production environments
Correct.
have. So once you deploy and you release, things can go wrong.
Yeah.
I think they always go wrong.
Right.
Like, a lot of times you're successful if the users don't come to know about it.
Exactly.
So often the cases in legacy models is you deploy something, things start to blow up. You see it in the press next day, or you see with customers calling you. What steps have you taken in the production environment that you can get ahead of this? So you deploy something. What do you watch for? What kind of metrics do you watch for? What kind of signals do you watch for? What do you monitor to make sure that the environment is always green?
For us, it's basically timing, since we're a 24/7 shop with a lot of transactions, gaming transactions in our systems. So it's like it's mostly latency for us. Are the games behaving slow, or are they running at a nice pace? So that's what we look for, and that's what we build metrics around.
Do you maintain multiple environments? If this particular environment is starting to show a lot of latency, can you switch over?
We're not at that point yet.
Okay.
We're still running our monolith,
All right.
even though we've automated and kind of built pipelines around that.
Right.
So we are starting to look at like microservices and that kind of stuff, but not really there yet. So we can't.
No, it's a journey.
Yeah.
It's DevOps is never done.
Yeah.
Um, I always try to compare it to an athlete. If you stop training, you start losing.
Exactly.
You have to keep training. You have to keep getting better. So no, it seems like you've kind of like solved a lot of your production deployment failures. That's a big start. You're starting to monitor, what's going on in production environments, keep getting ahead of the game.
Yeah. I mean, basically, we target the deployment process, which was the point of that caused most pains for us.
Right.
And once we solve those, we can focus on the next step.
So you're going to be back with us next year?
Hopefully, yeah.
Okay. And tell us more about what success you've had since today. That's a great story.
Yeah.
And thank you very much for sharing with us today.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely our pleasure. This is Ashish Kuthaila at the DevOps Enterprise Summit 2017. Thank you for joining us.